Today we're going to cover how to find highly profitable digital product ideas that sell well on Etsy. And it's basically like a 4-step process that I'm going to take you through. What we're going to cover is how to easily generate great digital product ideas, and then also how to narrow down your options, because I know analysis paralysis and procrastination can get in the way, so that should really help with that. Number 2, we're going to go over how to predict the revenue potential of a digital product. That way we can make sure that the juice is worth the squeeze, so that your time and effort is worth it. And then number 3, we're going to go over some more strategies, how to spy on your competitors to see what is selling very well for them, and also a hack to find these like untapped markets, basically digital products that have low competition but high demand. So they're kind of easy to create and then start making sales more quickly. And then number 4, a keyword research hack that's going to help you know what preferences that your shoppers have. So that's like the aesthetic, the theme, the style, even the target audience that's looking for this type of thing. We're going to use the data to, come up with what actually we should create. So like the specifics of your digital product. Okay, so let's get into the very first point. And now this is all about how to generate really great digital product ideas. And we are going to use ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is not good for everything, but it is actually really good for market research. That's what I've noticed. So you can use this prompt, which is, I'm starting an Etsy shop that helps target audience with topic. Please brainstorm some profitable digital product ideas that will sell well on Etsy. So if you don't have your target audience or topic idea yet, I have a free resource linked in my the description box below. You can download that. That will help you. I also have a 3-day challenge called Passive Product Payday. That program has helped many people figure out their niche. It's only $27. That's also linked down below. But if you do have your idea, then you can use this prompt. So for me, I would use this. I would say, I'm starting an Etsy shop that helps online coaches and course creators with growing and marketing their business. Please brainstorm some digital product ideas that will sell well on Etsy. So I have ChatGPT opened here. So here's the prompt. I'm gonna click enter, and it is going to just tell me all of the different ideas. And it's actually really good. It really does a good job with market research. It kind of knows like what sells pretty well on Etsy. Obviously, we're gonna do like the extra little details and research to make sure that it actually is correct, but it does a good job. Okay, so as it's coming up with all of these ideas, you're gonna start to look at these and you're gonna think to yourself, is there something that like stands out to you that maybe you wanna dig in a little bit deeper? So for example, here it says like social media content templates. Maybe that will spark the idea like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. I want to help people grow their YouTube channel. So you can get more specific in the search. So you can like kind of coach ChatGPT. That's what I would call it. So you would then ask like, hey, can I have more ideas on YouTube templates? I want to help people with YouTube specifically. So you can coach it. So then once you have like a bunch of ideas, we're gonna put it through the filter like we said, because it's very easy to come up with ideas, but then when it comes to actually creating, we can kind of get overwhelmed and we can procrastinate. It's very, very common. So here's the 3-question framework that I actually follow. And number 1, I ask myself, is it fun? And I've noticed that enthusiasm is really the key to profitability. When you're having fun doing something, you're going to add the little details. You're going to just put like this little extra effort into it that's going to make your product shine. Also, you're enjoying the process. And I went through a phase where I, became a perfectionist and I burnt out. So I really am speaking from experience. You want to enjoy the process because you don't want to burn out. You want to enjoy the process and the outcome. Then I will ask myself, is it easy? And hi, Austin. Yes. And this is what you probably did too, Austin. When I asked myself, is it easy? So like you have knowledge on a topic already. That's going to help you create like a better digital product And it also makes it easier, right? Because you have all this, like maybe experience with a target audience, or you are your own target audience, or it's a starting point. So maybe you have something already created that you can use as your jumping off point, which just makes creation easier. And then the last question that I ask myself is, can I repurpose it? So when you see a bigger vision or a bigger purpose for a product other than just listing it on Etsy, I find that like this incentivizes me to take action. So this could be, maybe I see the product I can create in multiple versions. Let's say I'm creating an Etsy shop kit. Maybe I already have the SEO done, I have the actual product done, my listing description. All that stuff can be kind of repurposed because I can make them in multiple aesthetics. Also, if I want to create something for a client, or I can use it as a bonus in my course, again, it's like the bigger purpose of the product will help you get into action. And then basically I will ask myself these questions, and if I can say yes to at least 2 of them, then I will definitely consider this as a digital product that I should create. And I usually won't feel like overwhelmed if I answer yes to at least 2 of these. Okay. So we're gonna get into point 2. I hope that was helpful. I hope that like was a good little filter for you guys to run your ideas through, because I've noticed that's really helped me. Okay, so point 2 is predicting revenue potential using competitor analysis. So what this is typing in your product idea into the Etsy search bar, and we're gonna use their reviews to see how much money they might be making, because reviews are left anywhere from 2 to 10% of the time. So we can do a calculation to estimate how much this product is going to make you. So let's say I wanted to go ahead with that YouTube idea, the YouTube branding kit idea, okay? So I typed in YouTube branding kit, I clicked on some of the best sellers or the ones that say popular now, and now I'm gonna scroll down to the reviews, and I'm going to sort by most recent, okay? So you're gonna kind of like, you can do 2 months, you can do 30 days. Let's just say I'm gonna look at the past 30 days. So it's November 20th. So let's see, so this was left on November 8th, and this review was left on November 19th. So in the past 30-ish days, there were 2 reviews left. Now you can do the calculation manually, knowing that reviews are left 2 to 10% of the time. I have this profit predictor calculator, and this is included in my little program, Passive Product Payday. And what you do is you put in the number of reviews, so that would be 2, and then you put the price. So this was, I always do the sale price because a lot of the time people just always run sales. So I will put in $6. Now what it's going to show you is that on the low end, so this means if 10% of the time reviews are left, this listing is selling 20 times. If 2% of the time reviews are being left, that would be less frequent. Then on the high end, 100 sales were made in that 30-day span. So on the low end, this product made 120. On the high end, it made 600. That's quite the gap. So I have this average column here, so we can average it out, make it a little bit more realistic. And on average, this person is making $360 per month on this particular listing. So there you go. Now you can do this with multiple product ideas. So I would look at multiple YouTube branding kits to get a better idea. And then you can do this with all your different ideas. Let's say you can't decide between which one to create. You can test it out on multiple of them and see which one has the most profit potential. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to point number 3. And this is all about spying on your competitors and then finding those untapped markets. So first, let's talk about 3 ways that you can spy on your competitors. So the first thing you're gonna do is in the Etsy search bar, you're going to type in a specific product idea. So it's gonna be niche specific. So for example, you could type in content calendar, okay? And then you're going to open up some of the ones that say popular or bestseller, and open that up in a new tab. Now what you're trying to do here is you're trying to find shops that serve a similar target audience to the one you are serving, or a shop that is about the similar topic that you're creating a shop around, because they're going to have different products in their shop that they're selling, and we can look and see what is selling the best out of all these products they're selling for that target audience, or all these products in that topic. So way number one is, some people don't hide their sales. So I suggest that you turn this off, but some people don't. So if a shop does allow you to click on this number, you're going to see everything that was recently sold. This is really great information. This is probably the most accurate way you can see what's selling in someone's shop. So what you're going to do is like scroll down and see what is repeating, right? So as you see the products that are repeating, you know those are selling. You can even get a little bit more crazy. I've done this before. It's actually track them over the weeks, right? So like I'll like take a screenshot and then I'll put it in Canva and I'll like mark what day this was, and then I'll come back a couple days later and then I could just count to see like really how many sales they're getting every week on a certain product. So that's if you want to take it to the next level. But so like I said, not everyone has this like, enabled. So the next way you can figure out what's selling the best is by looking at what are in people's carts. So here you can see this is in over 20 people's carts. That is the highest number that Etsy will tell you, right? They don't say 30 or any more than 20. You know that's probably selling daily. I've noticed that when my listings say over 20, it's selling daily or multiple times a day. So you can, again, look at the patterns, which product ideas, which colors, which topics, like what is in most people's carts. That's a good way to determine what's selling the best for this shop. Now, sometimes you'll have a shop like this where you can't click on their sales and they have a sale going, so you can't even see how many are in people's carts. So the last way you can do this is by clicking on their reviews. And what you can do is you can go to sort by most recent. And again, you're going to scroll and see what is populating, what is being repeated over and over again. And that's the last way you can figure that out. Okay, so these were the 3 ways. Now we're going to move on to the way to find untapped digital product ideas and markets. So how you're going to do this is you're going to, where am I going? I'm going here. Okay, so you can find untapped markets by finding newer shops, because if a new shop is populating in like the first page, then you know that they found something that was pretty untapped, high demand, low competition type of stuff. So how you find these newer shops is you look at their reviews. So this person right here, in the parentheses over here, it says 1.8K. That means they have 1.8K reviews. That shop is probably not new. But if you look over here, this shop has 68 reviews. So that is much more new. So you're going to click into there, and you're going to click into their shop. And then you can try the 3 ways, right? You can click on their sales. If that's not available, look at their how many are in people's carts. If that's not available, we're going to do the review strategy. So we're going to click on their reviews. We're going to filter by most recent, and then we're going to see what is repeating. Now, if you could look, like right now, yes, market research, how do you say your name? Danilio. So when you scroll through, you're going to see like what's repeating. So this is really repeating a lot. I mean, even look at this, like November 7th, November 6th, November 5th. This is very, very profitable over here, and it's a new shop. So what I actually did was I typed in Airbnb welcome book template into a program called eRank. So let's go over here. I saved it so I didn't have to actually do it. Okay, so eRank is an Etsy SEO research tool similar to Marmalade. So I typed it in, and you can see here the search is 600. The competition is 8,000. Now there was another one that was doing well, which was an Airbnb digital welcome book. So I typed that in. That's a very niche keyword. So it's under 20, but since it's so niche, and also we can tell by how many sales this person is making, this is very profitable. It's okay if a keyword has under 20 if it's a very niche keyword. So this is just evidence that finding newer shops and looking at what's repeating in their review section is a great way to find untapped markets. I found a lot of different digital product ideas that were really profitable for me with this strategy. But just one thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure that it's in like your zone of genius. So like I said, is it easy for you? Is it fun? Do you have experience with this target audience or this topic? That's always going to be the best way to make a product, is if it's something, again, that it's going to be fun, it's going to be easy, you have experience in that niche. Because I've made products before that I didn't have experience in, even though it looked really promising, and it didn't sell because I didn't really have that insight. Okay, so this is the last one. This is part number 4. I love this keyword research hack. This has really helped me fine-tune my product idea, because it's one thing to know like, okay, a YouTube branding kit. It's another thing to know like what aesthetic or what target audience I should create it for. We can have assumptions, and a lot of the time, like if you have experience in the area, you'll intuitively know like what aesthetic, or you'll just create something that you would want, or you'll intuitively know like which target audience it is for, or that you want to create it for. But this hack is still great if you want to confirm, you want to, back up your assumptions. You want that like reassurance. So what we're gonna do, well, I guess we'll go over the main purpose first, which is when you're using keyword research tools and trend analysis tools, again, it's gonna help us uncover what people are actually searching for. So again, it's gonna help us with the color, style, theme, format, and other specifics. So it increases the chance of your success. So one tool I love for this is called Sales Samurai. It's an Etsy SEO research tool, and I pretty much strictly only use it for its Chrome extension. And the reason why I love this is because when you type in your keyword, it's gonna have a drop down like this, and you're gonna pick like your most relevant keyword, right? So over here it says 46,000. That's data that is being populated by Sales Samurai. That's how many searches this keyword gets. Now it says 500 more. That's where you want to click. And what Sales Samurai is going to do is it's going to populate a ton more relevant keywords. And you're going to really see what people are typing into the search bar this way. So for example, I hit enter, and it's going to start to populate. So you can see over here on the left-hand side. Now the competition kind of takes a little while to load. So as it's loading, you want to just keep like scrolling down until the whole row of, or the whole column of competition is populated. And once that's done, once it's all like populated, you're going to go back up to the top and hit download all. And what you're going to get is an Excel. Well, it's going to be a CSV file. You can open this up in Google Sheets or in Excel. So I use Google Sheets, and it kind of looks like this. There's like one column over here that says URL. I just delete that. So here's where the sneaky strategy comes in. I add 2 new columns. So this one I will call ratio, and this one I will call favorites. Okay? So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna do a formula. So the formula is gonna be equals, and you're gonna do search volume, so you're gonna do B2 divided by the competition, C2. Okay? So it's gonna suggest that you fill the whole row, the whole column. You're gonna click yes. If you're in Excel, what you can do is just click on the first column and then drag it down, and then it will populate the formula for that whole column. So now what this is telling us right now is how healthy the search volume to competition ratio is. So this is for example, let's say this said 1. Then you would know that the search volume is the same as the competition level. It's a 1-to-1. But this says 5. So now you know that there are 5 times more searches for this keyword than there are listings using this keyword, okay? So when we'll go over the favorites in a second, but when you highlight this, you create a filter. You can actually filter it from Z to A, and now you can see what the highest ratio is, right? So this has an 82:1 ratio, but also this keyword doesn't make sense. So you would ignore this one actually. But what you will start to find are like keywords that actually do make sense. So now before we move on to what we're gonna do with this information, I'm gonna add a checkbox here. And then you're just gonna drag this whole thing down. All the way to the bottom. Okay. All right, so now what you're gonna do is remember the filter, right? Is it easy? Is it fun? Can I repurpose it? All that stuff. So you're basically gonna look for these more specific keywords that you actually enjoy. Don't click something off if you don't feel like you're gonna enjoy that specific like aesthetic or serving that target audience, etc. So this one right here, like YouTube branding kit luxury, okay? This has a 15:1 ratio. So maybe I wanna create a more like luxury style branding kit. So I'd click that off. YouTube branding kit finance. Okay, so maybe there's people who are starting finance channels, right? And they want a branding kit for their purposes. So maybe that's something I'm interested in. I'm gonna check it off. And you're just gonna keep doing this. So like YouTube branding kit men, maybe men are underserved in the YouTube branding kit, area. So it's a 14:1. That's a pretty good ratio. I'm gonna click that off. So yeah, you're gonna go through this and you are going to just check off. You don't have to go through the whole thing, but just go through. Another thing is like if you have an idea and you wanna confirm if it's a good idea, you can do, Control F or Command F on Mac. And then you can actually type in like, let's say you want pink. Like, oh, okay, pink YouTube. That has like a 1.5:1 ratio, So you can go through branding kit pink. That's just like a general branding kit. So yeah, you can also confirm that your idea is a good idea. So now what you're gonna do, once you have those checked off, is you are going to sort search. So you're gonna do search from Z to A. So now what you're doing now is like, you can have a crazy like ratio, right? You can have like, 15:1 ratio, but the search volume can be very small. So if you have a 15:1 ratio, but the search volume is high, now you know there's a lot of demand. So not only is the demand to competition ratio healthy, but the search volume is like really there. There's a lot of people searching for it. So you can scroll through and then you're gonna hit your first one, right? So here, YouTube branding kit luxury, that has 16,000 searches. It's also something I checked off because it has a 15:1 ratio. So what I would do here is I would actually highlight it and I would change it to light green. And I would go through and all of those ones that hit, so this one too, I would just start highlighting all of those green and then you can filter it. So I filtered one already, so here we have it. These are all the ones that have a lot of search volume but have healthy competition to demand ratio. So now I have specific things that I want to create, and maybe I even want to combine these things, right? Like, so maybe I want to create a pink YouTube branding kit, but I also want to make it minimal, or maybe I want to make it minimal and I want to do it in like the luxury style. So you can even mix these. So this is a great way to find out those specific details about your product so they're more likely to succeed. And that's it. Those are the 4 ways. How was this for everybody? Did you find it helpful? I would love if you could share in the chat what was your biggest takeaway or your favorite tip, and let me know if it was helpful at all. But thank you guys so much for showing up. I just did this live because I want to be back on YouTube, but it was a little difficult to script and to edit and everything, so I thought going live would be a lot easier and also more fun. See, it's my filter again, easy, fun, and I can repurpose it because now I can put it on YouTube as an evergreen video. So there we go, I'm practicing what I preach. You're welcome, Santa. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, and I appreciate you.